Good afternoon. Salot ina dlanot kudun zinige denianti podcast or dliala.
The Dene podcast came about accidentally during the pandemic. Willis Janvier was in the middle of a university Zoom class when he started mimicking a radio show. It gave him the idea to start his own podcast about the Dene language.
It's all about sharing the language, hearing the language. A lot of people like myself, I've lived away from home for, probably half my life now, and in urban areas. So a lot of people were displaced, whether for residential schools or foster care. They get to hear the language. That's the only focus.
Janvier is from Clearwater River, Dene Nation, near La Loche. He learned English once he entered into elementary school. The podcast honors his late father and grandmother, who were both Dene speakers. They taught him the language, but not necessarily the culture.
I didn't get to know or grow up with that, the drum or the songs, none of that stuff. And the people I've interviewed or met have, shared this with me. So not only is it helping a lot of other people, it helped me, to kind of strengthen my identity in being Dene Sutlina.
He recently interviewed a teacher from his home community of Clearwater River Dene Nation. It has a Dene language immersion program. And Alison Lamerche spoke about the program at a linguistics conference in New York.
And when I was in New York, I actually met people who in their community, either they were the only fluent speaker or they weren't speakers, and they were, they're gathering bits and pieces of, reading material or like things that were written to revive their language. And then we have you can walk through my community and all of the little kids are speaking Dene, and you hear their parents speaking Dene to them. And so, it made me hopeful.
Anytime that I wanted to quit, I would get a message from residential school survivors saying, "Thank you for your podcast."
Janvier says he'll carry on, along with, he hopes, the Dene language. Louise Big Eagle, CBC News, Moose Jaw.